Hola mis serenitas, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're going to do a review on the Natasha Denona Pastel Palette. And this is how it comes, right? It's $65. This is one of the like middle size kind that she has. She does have the bigger ones, of course. Those are like $129. This is the $65 one. So when I first saw this on the actual Instagram page, right, when they were announcing that they were going to bring it out, I was very interested in it. This is the back. And it drew me in because honestly, I'm a sucker. Okay, I have to explain this in every Natasha Denona because I haven't made a video on Natasha Denona in a minute. I have this love-hate relationship with Natasha. Her stuff draws me in like a firefly to a freaking lamppost. Those ones that electrocute you. I forget what they're called, but that's me. And then I get it, and it's either a hit and miss with me, with her. I honestly didn't like her bronze one. I thought the Love palette was like so-so. I actually did like that one a little bit more. And then I loved her Glam palette. Now, I also own 2-3 other ones besides this one. I just never made videos on them. I honestly didn't want to because I know I like to keep affordable makeup. You know, let's just be honest. A lot of us, $65 is a lot, you know, and God forbid her $129. No, just no. So for the most part on my channel, I try to keep, you know, what is it, $35, $40 at the most. This is like the most expensive thing I think you're going to see on my channel. I do have her Circus palette that was like $129, but I never made a video on it because I think one of my subscribers actually told me, Sarah, please don't make a video on it. And it wasn't because she was trying to be mean. She says, if you end up loving it, then I'm going to love it. And then I'm going to feel wanting to buy it. I go, no, don't worry about it. I don't think I would ever. I would buy it for myself, for my collection. But I don't think I would make a video on it. It's just my own. I think it's just for me, you know. If you guys are interested in the other ones, I probably will eventually make them. It's just, they're not going to be new, you know. It's going to be like an old palette thing. But I will say when I bought this, it drew me in really, really good. But when I got it right now, when I used it today, I was like, I was not impressed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this palette is just okay. I don't think you need it. And I definitely think that there are better options from this. I feel that if you're lighter than me, you're light-skinned, this is going to look super pretty on you. I just don't honestly think it looks good on me or anyone darker than me. I've seen videos where she does people, their makeup who are like chocolate brown and darker. I think it looks so ashy on their skin. And that's just my opinion. I think it looks so ashy on them. It just does not complement. This one is passable. Like, I'm stuck where somewhere in the middle, right? I'm not too dark. I can get super tan. Like, we're talking about caramel toasted tan, like super dark in the summertime. And then in the winter, it sort of like becomes, you know, my normalcy of my regular tan skin. And I'm somewhere stuck in the middle. I'm not too light. I'm not too dark. But still, like, for me, I just thought this look was okay. I'm used to darker colors. That's what draws me in. And when I saw this in person, the only thing that really drew me in were the shimmers. The shimmers are really pretty in here. I honestly used this shimmer, this shimmer. I used that one too. And I used a little bit of this one. And then this one's like a cream to matte formula. That's the one that I use for my transition shade. And then I went in with this one right here on this side. And on this side, I used this one. This is what I have on my whole entire bottom lid. I also use this right here, Bora. Bora is my outer corner right here. It looks a lot darker in the pan. Like, look at that. Look at that rich purple, right? And then you look at this. What is this? What is this S-H-I-T? What is this? Oh my God. I am so freaking just like triggered by the hack. That looks darker in the pan than it looks on my face. And I don't use like a regular base, you guys. I use like a white base, eyeshadow base for my eyes because the darker you are, you need a lighter base in order to make those colors really pop on your skin tone, right? So I go for the whitest thing. And still, it did nothing. It did nothing. I'm so irritated. Now, I have options here for you guys because honestly, I'm not even going to 100% recommend that palette. I'm going to say if you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. I'm not stopping you. I'm not judging you. If you want that palette, buy it. Nobody's going to tell you anything here, okay? All I'm saying is if you don't need it, don't buy it. Especially if you're my skin tone or darker. Don't even waste your money like that, because there are so many other things. Now, one of the things that I do recommend compared to that palette is the Bebella Life in Pastels. I actually enjoyed this freaking palette because I felt this looks so good on darker skin tones, like on my skin tone or darker. These colors pop so much. Look at these. Look at these. This is $12, y'all. $12 compared to this $65. That's ridiculous. And they have like similar tones. I want to see like this color right here. Right here. Reminds me so much of this one that right here that's called Mint Frost. Okay? So real quick, I want to do a little comparison swatches for you guys. Like, we're going to compare that one in the Bebella. That one is called Moonlight, right? And this is so similar to Mint Frost right here. This Mint Frost is actually one that I have on my eye right now. And Mint Frost is so underwhelming. Like, it just doesn't live up to the hype, right? At $65, I would expect something a lot more pigmented. Just like you need that oomph in order for it to really pop on darker skin tone. So this one right here is the one from the Bebella palette, the Life in Pastels. This one is from the Natasha Denona. Just like, look at that, you guys. Look how so much more opaque and like blinding, glaring, just more pigmented. This one is more like a pressed pigment shimmer with glitter, and it just doesn't have that solidarity. Like, you see that in the background, right? It's more like see-through. It's sheer. It's like a wash of color. Now, like I've said, I've seen this on lighter skin tones. It looks so beautiful on them. But Natasha, you have a wider range of people who buy your products. Like, why? Did you make this for yourself? Because if you made this for yourself, I can believe this is for you, girl. This is not for me. It barely shows up on my skin tone. Lord forbid someone darker than me wears this and be like, I'd be pissed. Wouldn't you be mad? I spent $65 on a palette that doesn't really work for me. I'm taking this BITCH back. I'm like, I'm not gonna take, I don't know, that's just me. I might be just crazy, you guys. It's just, I care where I spend my money, and I want to know that that product's gonna work for more than just me, for someone darker than me, for someone lighter than me, for all of our skin tones. I know that there's always like a, you know, a level, obviously some shades doesn't work for everyone. But when you have an entire palette, and pretty much maybe two, the shimmers will work for me. That's straight up, I believe that. That shimmer worked for me. That shimmer worked for me. That one did too. But these, oh, Natasha, I cannot stand you right now. Let me see if I find another one that's similar to this. Now, you see that lime green right here that's called Zest? That one right there? That reminds me so much of this one right here that's called Hint of Mint, which is like, yeah. So let's compare those two. Zest over here. Oh my God, look at that. And I'm not wearing any primer on my hand, obviously, but you ain't doing much, homie. You ain't doing much. Now, I swatched the Natasha Denona first this time. So the one that's called Zest in the Natasha Denona is right here. And the bottom one is the one from the Bebella Life in Pastel. So this is Natasha Denona. This is the Bebella. Look at that. Just look at that difference. That vibrancy of color, that solidness in that formula. Like, who was she making this palette for? It wasn't for me. I can tell you right off the bat, it was not for my butt. Because this pasty shit, I can't do. This is what Ashley looks like. Now, I get it. You guys, some people, because my sister straight up looked at me and she's like, it looks pretty on you. And I'm like, okay. I'm going to say that I'm not like 100% comfortable in pastels. Pastels are like a hit and miss for me. Some pastels draw me in. Obviously, some pastels look ridiculous on me. Some of them don't even show up. So, I'm like maybe a 30% that I like pastels. I always say I don't like them, and I end up buying the dang palettes. But, you know, some of them I regret, some of them I don't. I don't regret the Bebella. Personally, I thought it was a really good palette for, you know, the price range and everything. And then you have another one in here. Let me see if I can remind any other colors in here that are very similar to them. I think that's pretty much it, because we do have Tulle in here. This pink. And that looks kind of similar to this one, but this one's a lot lighter. It's not exact dupe. This one looks close to it. I mean, we could do that one. Let me see. So I'm going to put the Bebella one on top. That one is called Pink Punch. And then I'm going to put the one that's called Tulle from the Natasha Denona. Oh, this one's hella light, man. So light. That's ridiculously. So you guys see the Bebella one is on top, right? And this is the one from the Natasha Denona. Like, I can't say enough. Like, $12. That's $12. That's ridiculous, you guys. That is good quality. I've tried that palette at least twice now, and I don't regret buying it because I'm like, that's $12. That's really good pigmentation for something like that. Versus Natasha's butt ass over here, who suckered me out of 65. I think that's pretty much it for the ones that you're gonna see from the Bebella. I also have the, because people always rave about the ice cream palette from Glamlite. Now, if I had to compare the two, obviously, I'm going to go for Glamlite. Glamlite 100%. I don't remember for the life of me how much it costed. Maybe like $35, $36. Glamlite, obviously, she's a darker tone of tan. So she's like close to a more like a toasted caramel. That's what I want to call her skin tone. And she clearly said, I'm going to make colors that, pastels that can fit dark skin tones, medium skin tones, and light, like for everyone, right? Gotta appreciate her, how she does her stuff. She always looks out for every single skin tone. She's always said, like, if it doesn't work on my mom or myself, I don't even want to sell it. So for her to create this palette, it's really pretty. But compared to Natasha Denona, like 100%, you guys, I would tell you guys, buy this one. This one's way better. So real quick, I'm gonna see if there's any tones in here that I should swatch for you guys. But so far, there aren't anything in here that I would see right off the bat. There's some that are like similar in hues, but they're different formulas. So like, for example, I would say this one right here is very similar to this one, but this is a shimmer, this is a matte, so you can't even compare the two. And then, yeah, you guys are like totally different. This one is a limoncello, but this one is a freaking shimmer, and it barely shows up. I use that on my inner corner highlight. Like, can you even tell that's yellow? Can you even tell it's yellow? That thing doesn't look like yellow. That's a yellow. So obviously, if you want a more pigmented, if you're darker than me, then I would say go for the if you can afford the $35, $36, if you can afford the Glamlite, then definitely go for it. If not, Bebella. Bebella is $12. Like I said, it's super cheap. It's super good. I honestly like it. I 100% recommend it. As far as this girl goes, I'm going to say it's completely up to you. I don't really recommend it 100%. I don't exactly hate it, but I don't exactly like it. I might just keep her on the shelf and stare at her with hate. Just like I do with my bronze. My bronze is there. My bronze probably just sits there and I'm like, giving her the middle finger. I'm going to start with the swatches already, okay? I'm just stop being, being crazy. You guys already know I always go from here all the way across each of the rows until I get to the end of this palette, okay? Let me just clean my hand off real quick and then we'll get started. So the first one is called Tulle. It is a light pink shimmer, or I don't know if it's a cream to matte. It kind of feels like a cream to matte. Natasha Denona's formula they always confuse me and weird me out, honestly. I don't know what to tell you guys, but that's the pink right there. Doesn't look really pink, huh? I mean, it does sort of, but like not 100%. Next one is called Illusion. This looks white in the pan, but when you swatch it, it's like a duochrome. It looks white and pink at the same time. I honestly tried wearing this one before the inner corner highlight that I have now, which is a yellow. And I wasn't that impressed. I wasn't that impressed with that one, honestly. You put it on and it looks white, so I thought it was going to be like this highlighter type of white glaring. Yeah, it wasn't. You could see a bright pink, which was not that different from this one right here, the actual pink. It had like a glaring pink iridescent feel to it. And in the end, I didn't like it, so I took it off and I just put another one on. Next, you have that mint color. It's called Mint Frost. This one is seriously my favorite in the entire palette. If I could honestly say, I pretty much bought the palette just on this one damn shade. Because look how beautiful that shade is. But I know I have that shade obviously in other palettes, but come on, like, this is Natasha Denona. I should just return this thing and just buy that one shade, because that's the only thing that I liked out of the entire palette was that one shade. Besides that other pink shimmer that I liked, that one, the mint and the pink one in here. So freaking pretty. Next we have Bora. This is that cream de matte purple that I have right here in the outer corner. I put it right here. Not impressed with it at all, because it looks so much darker in the dang pan compared to like what I, you know, look how dark it looks, right? It looks super dark, plummy purple type of tone. I put it on my face and look. Ooh. Where's the beef? Like, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what it looks like in the pan. And I'm just like, throw this stuff back at you, Natasha. I cursed you. Dishonor. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. I'm done. I'm done with this one. And then you have Dainty. I love Dainty. It is a very beautiful pink pressed pigment. It's obviously like a shimmer with glitter in it. And it's so freaking pretty. That's the one that I put on my bottom lid right here. So these are like by far my favorites in here are the shimmers. It's like that mint and this one. Oof. They're just so freaking pretty in person. But I feel like I could have created this exact shade. This exact look. I could have created this with the Life in Pastel palette. Definitely 100% I could have created it. And it would have looked 1,000 times better. That Life in Pastels, I do have a video on it if you guys are interested in checking that out. If you haven't already seen it. But definitely that one is way worth it. Okay. And then you have Brisk in the next, I actually like this one. This is a matte, mint matte. This one's actually pigmented. That's surprising. I didn't get to use that one today. Look how pigmented that one is. That's beautiful. Natasha, you surprised me. Yeah, I'm extra because we went out to eat, me and my sister, to celebrate Mother's Day, which is not until next weekend, but still we wanted to get ahead of it to not get like crowds and stuff. And we went to eat, so I always get like that after. It's either when I don't eat or I get all this energy and stuff. So next you have, I don't know what the heck that's called. Adriatic? I know I'm saying that wrong. Don't crucify me, okay? Ooh, I like this one. I knew I was gonna like this. This is actually the one that I wore. It's right here. It's like this seafoam green type of shade. And it is a shimmer. The shimmers, I'm telling you guys, the shimmers is what makes this palette worth it. The shimmers are actually pigmented, but these cream, the shadows and these mattes are lacking. Like 100% lacking. They're a joke. They're a joke when it comes to tan people and darker. I saw this, I swear I saw this on someone and I was like, why'd you do that poor woman, Natasha? Why did you do that to her? So, and everybody in the comments are like, she looks so pretty. I'm like, why are you lying to them? You can't even tell that pigment on that poor woman's face. Next you have a Starlet. Ooh, I like this one. This one's so freaking cute. Look at that. That's like a corally pink shimmer. This one's dark enough. I would rock this dang color. This is so freaking pretty. It has actual like gold throughout it. So it's like a duochrome. That's what it looks like anyways. Ooh, I love that one. That one, I would totally rock it on my eyelid. That's so freaking pretty. I don't even think you guys can see it has like a gold sheen through it. I don't think you can see it right now with the camera, but still, it's really pretty. Bellini. I heard people were having so much trouble with Bellini. It barely even shows up on the dang skin. And I've seen this palette on lighter skin tones, and even they struggled with it. So I know I can't be the only one that was probably wishing for more pigment, you know? Look at that. That's like a peachy tone matte. Look, I'm not saying it's not good. It's obviously, Natasha Denona does have good quality and everything. It's just, for $65, I expected more. Look at, I'm here on your face. You know, like, come on, you guys. It's 65. It's supposed to stand out. If I wanted something that was going to barely show up on my skin tone, I would have just got an 8, 10, 20, 15, I don't know, like a cheaper palette. It's so cheap. A cheaper palette for this, and it left me wanting. But you guys let me know if you guys think that this looks nice on me, because obviously my sister was like, yeah, you look nice on me. You just lying to me, sis, and I don't appreciate that. Bubble is that pastel blue right here. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. Bubble. Hate to burst your bubble. You ain't got nothing. I had to apply that at least 4 times in order to get that type of pigment. But you guys see that first swatch? That was nothing. It was like barely even there. It's barely audible. You couldn't hear it. Couldn't say it. Next row we have that Limoncello one. And that's a shimmer. I just thought this one was okay. I didn't think it was that pigmented. Like I said, I used it in my inner corner highlight. And I was like, okay. It's okay. And then you have Duet. I actually like this one. Ooh, this one's nice, you guys. This is like a purple, and it has like a pink shift to it. Purple pink shift. You have like that little duochrome shimmer to it. It's really pretty. I like that one. Ooh, that makes me feel like fancy. My sister said, I like your eye look. It looks like mermaid vibes. I was like, if you sex that man. Airy is this light blue matte. Powder blue. I would call it like a powder blue. Definitely you have a little bit of fallout and you have to apply it more than once just to get that intensity. That's why I like doing these little live videos for live swatches so you guys can see how many times I actually apply the product in order to get it to pop that way. Because I know some people will literally just go like this and you don't know how many times they swatch that. How many times they put it on there to get that color? And you assume that it's just, oh, it's just one swatch. And you put it on your face, you're like, no, she made it look better. And then there's eye performance. Eye performance versus swatching. Huge difference. Zest is a lime green matte. It feels like a cream to matte. And I'm not sure what type of formula it is. She has all this written down on her Instagram. She always puts what type of formulas they are. But yeah, I'm not impressed with that one per se compared to the one from Bebella. Then last you guys got Feather. This is just a very light baby pink. Almost like a mauve. It looks like a mauve right now on my skin tone. And it's a matte as well. And those are all the shade tones in this palette. If you guys like it, buy it. Do not listen to me, okay? At the end of the day, what do I always say? It's your money. Do what you want with it. All I'm saying is you could skip out and opt for something better. Or like I said, you know, Bebella's $12. Glamlite's like about $35, $36 or something like that. And even if it was about $40, it would still be worth more than Natasha Denona with these ashy butt up shades. I don't know. I feel like she could have done so much more better. I don't know what it is with Natasha. It's like she focuses mostly on trying these. Does she not have nobody to try these products out for her? Because I feel like she's trying them out on herself. And then once she gets the concept of how she wants it made, how she wants it to look like, that's when she tests on the darker skin tone. But it's too late. It's like you already made the soup and you want to add something to it and it's done. Everything's cooked in there. If you add anything else, it'll overboil and mush over. Why weren't you testing these from the get-go? I'm just assuming. I don't even know what she does, okay? Natasha Denona, don't hate me. I love your products, but dang, this could have been so much better. So much. I just can't think of... I would honestly look... I would make that a little bit darker. It could still be pastel and still be more pigmented. Nobody's saying that it has to be light and ashy in order to be considered pastel. You could still have something super pigmented and just be a light tone, right? It doesn't have to be light, ashy, and non-visible on your face. Jesus, this is too light for me. I don't feel comfortable, but whatever, you know. I'm done, right, guy. I'm done. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.